and subscribe, and ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop. And we are somewhat excited about Doctor Who nowadays, which is, I know, I'm still not used to it. I'll be frank, I'm still not used to it. It's still kind of freaking me out. It's kind of like in 2005 when Doctor Who came back, and it was not just good, right? Not just good, but insanely popular. For the next few years, it was weird. It was like, what? Because it was like this weird little show that you kind of got laughed at for like, it's not something you would do to impress the ladies. Tell them about your invasion of the Zygons, VHS, double pack, whatever. You know, you wouldn't, Terror of the Zygons, I should say. You wouldn't do that. No, you wouldn't do that. It was very strange. Same thing now, it's very strange. It's very exciting. Doctor Who looks like it's genuinely going to be very exciting, and I think we're getting a few ideas of what we're going to see when Ncuti Gatwa becomes Doctor Who. Now, listen, I'm excited for the 6th anniversary with David Tennant, but I'm a little bit more excited about Ncuti Gatwa, because I've always liked going new places. Listen, until being progressive meant that children cut their balls off or their tits, I was kind of progressive, right? I didn't leave progressivism. It left me, right? It left me. That's what I like. I like to see the envelope pushed and new things happen. And where the envelope is being pushed this time, I think it's somewhere quite glorious. I think we're going to really get a wonderful mixture of the best of the old, guiding the burning intensity energy of the new, right? That's how I think I can best describe it. But I think we're going to get some old-fashioned thrills and chills rather than thrills. I think they're going to go back for like the Robert Holmes, Philip Hinchcliffe kind of like genuinely scary Doctor Who. Well, it was genuinely scary at the time. You know, back in, was it 1974, you saw a couple of mummies, you would you will be somewhat perturbed. So I think it's going to be scary, but in today's language, without necessarily not being family friendly. But I think it's generally going to be a spooky, scary affair, and I think Ncuti Gatwa was going to be very like reassuring. You're going to feel safe with Ncuti, right? I really do, and I think you're going to like fall in love. I sort of have already fall in love with Ruby Sunday, Millie Gibson. I just think it's going to be really, really good. So what's it really going to look like, right? What's it going to look like? I think they're going to have these great, interesting people in scary adventures. So that's what we're going to be previewing right now. This is from my live stream I did last night, recording this on November the 30th. It's probably going out after that. I should have my Christmas decorations up if this going out after December, but I'm a bit tardy. When do you put your decorations up? I didn't think it was on the beginning of December. I normally put them up, as time goes on. So I haven't got them out yet. Got my hat ready. Ready to go. But yeah, I'm excited. I do like Christmas, and I'm excited for the future. Anyway, this is from our live stream last night when we talked about a couple of articles pontificating about the sort of monsters that we can expect to see. And I do think we're going to get a bit of a monster bash, which is kind of freaking exciting. I really do. So we're going to be going over those articles right now. Before we get into them, like, share, subscribe. All those things are very good. Thank you very much for doing all those things. I am what's the word I'm looking for? Very grateful. Yes, I have. I am genuinely very, very grateful. Like, share, subscribe, comment, sign up my Substack, my email newsletter. It's in the video notes. Sign up to my paid Substack. Yeah, why not? Send me a few digital copies. Your money's not worth anything. Inflation's out of control. Like, share, subscribe, comment, Substack. Instagram. Follow me on the Instagrams. It will be a religious experience. Or not. Who knows? Who knows what it is? So you like, share, subscribe, comment, Substack, Instagram. Covered everything. Now, let me hand over to me from last night. That was Dr. Who and convention a classic Tennant story. So this is actually a reasonably good idea, I think. I mean, this was a story with like the villain was somewhat unrealized, and Gatwa has specifically said he would like to take on this villain. Yeah, so this actually sounds very good. This actually sounds like quite a good idea. Ncuti Gatwa is a refreshing choice of classic villain he wants to face, setting up a long-awaited clash between the Doctor and the Devil. I mean, what's it called? The Impossible Planet? Fantastic story. You forget how good that two-parter is. It's really worth a rewatch. I'm kind of irritated. Like tonight, I do have to rewatch Dr. Mysteria, right? If I'm going to record a video about it, I've really got to refresh my memory about it. So, Right, unfortunately. But what can you do? But Impossible Planet. This is awesome, right? It's a really, really good little. So who wrote that? I can't even remember now. Shooting Gut was ideal villain for Doctor Who. His Doctor Who can provide a conclusion to a classic David Tennant story. Interview to promote Doctor Who distribution deal with Disney Plus. Gat was asked what classic era villain he want to face his era Doctor. Shooting Gatwa said his preference was the Beast, whose sole appearance was in the Doctor Who season 2, left things wide open for a return. Yeah, this was him. Chained beneath the impossible planet of the story's title, the Beast was heavily implied to be the devil himself, the embodiment of evil, which inspired religious depictions across the universe. Yeah, listen, I think. Is it Rwanda? I can't remember. There's some African countries that have a very like very strong traditions about a devil, right? So it might like is it Rwanda? I think that's where he's from originally, right? But I think that's where these stories are. I don't know. It's something I had. I'm putting two and two together, but I think that might be why he likes the idea. Right? I don't know, but that sounds fun. Voiced by Gabriel Wolfe, who previously appeared as the diction god Sutek in the Tom Baker story Pyramid of Mars. See, that's who I see. Why I see Impossibles to come back. The beast was left underneath the planet where it remains dormant. There's plenty of potential for another confrontation between the Doctor and the Beast. And so, I mean, again, it's such a well-produced story. This is the one where this woman is like floating in space as she disappears into the black hole. And the Doctor Who confrontation was about how they filmed all of that with like a hair flowing. Yeah, so that's a film it all in a water tank. And they put so much work into everything, and you could really see how much work they're putting into everything. This was, I think, this story was as good as Alien. It's Doctor Who does Aliens, and it worked very, very well, right? This was Doctor Who when it's firing on literally all cylinders, and it was all, I think the best it's ever been, right? I want to rewatch that now. Although, if I start rewatching Rusty David Doctor Who, I'm going to go straight for Gridlock, which I love. Gabriel Wolfe, that's the thing, right? The beast was left underneath the planet where it remains dormant. Potential for another confrontation between the Doctor and the Beast, and as such could dramatically change the scale of Doctor Who's new Rusty David series. Yeah, they couldn't really afford to do it before, right? And now they really, really can. The Doctor has a history of facing evil from the dawn of time, but pitting Gatwa against the Doctor against the Doctor and the literal devil would amplify the universal stakes. I mean, I forgot about all this like scary writing on his face. Right, this is exactly what Russell T Davies wants to do. Right, this is the scares he wants to do. Right, so this will actually find reasonably credible. And I think it's going to be fantastic. Gatwa's choice for the Beast is refreshing, deep cut or choice for a villain to face during a series. It really is. Right, it's from left field. I like it. I can see Russell writing saying, "Can't you?" Right? What they say they wanted to do when it was him and Millie? I can't remember. And he voiced the problem of facing the same old recurring villains as the predecessors. It's strange that the show has never gone back to the Beast before. The concept is wide-reaching and insidious for further detail. Given how much story potential it provides, if they're going to do for that, I hope they go back and revive the Mara. Right, I really wanted Colony Sarf in the Tennant years to be the Mara. Right, I was annoyed that he wasn't the Mara. Like in the employ of Davros. I just find that very cool. Doctor has tackled omnipotent decade evil for decades, from the great intelligence to the Black Guardian to the Mara to Fenric, but the Beast is something that's much larger. The original evil that influenced the entire depictions across the ages. It can also it can also stretch its influence, use it from its imprisonment. Yeah, listen, you're selling me, mate. You are selling me. In the Impossible Planet, the Beast is able to influence the actions because he started being able to feed, I think, from the Ood and Toby, making him a formidable threat with the ability to control whole species and turn them against the Doctor. With such a powerful, with such a hugely powerful and insidious evil, is a sort of villain who could be deployed for season finales and season arcs. Yes, replacing well-worn villains like the Daleks and the Cybermen. It does sound much scarier, doesn't it? It would shift the Doctor into a new direction, tackling more metaphysical and spiritual concepts through a sci-fi lens, which is actually what I kind of think is the direction they want to go. Right? I kind of think it's the direction they want to go. The scale of ambition of Russell Davis' new Doctor Who is something that's that's what I'm looking forward to seeing. Doctor already teased the Beast return. Okay, fine, we're nearly done, right? Already teased the Beast return. Unlike the Daleks and Cybermen, who build more of themselves, the Beast states in the statement that he cannot be destroyed, only subdued. This set up an epic. Okay, you're selling your point, mate. I agree with you. Right, I agree. That sounds pretty good, right? I'm actually, yes, I am in agreement, right? Let's talk about, let's see what else they can say. His bigger budget can revive. What ideas does he like? Mark Gatiss' Nazi episode. Okay, tell me more. Since Doctor Who's 2005 revival, Mark Gatiss has been a staple of the series writing. Did he say he's not writing it, any? Writing 9 individual episodes, even appearing in 5 episodes in various roles, most notably Professor Lazarus, that's least notably, and Captain Lethbridge Stewart, Captain Stewart in Twice Upon a Time. In the writer's tale, Russell T Davies notes that the cat is only one of the wittiest and wildest imagination in the whole bloody country. I believe that's pretty true. So it will be surprising to see Gatiss not return to write more episodes during Davis's new run of the show. I think he really wants to bring in new talent. That's what I think. One previous unused idea penned by Gatiss would have seen the already taken place during season 4 could be brought back to the forefront, simply titled "Not About Yahtzees." The episode would have been confined with the Walls of Natural History Museum in a World War II setting, as dealing with those naughty people who are loose in the museum, and the Doctor will have to handle the threat. So this is, what year did they say? David Tennant, right? As well as dealing with the monster on the loose inside the museum. This sounds like a fun episode. The Doctor would also be able to handle the threat of the Yahtzee Strike Force invasion. This episode was reportedly taking Gatiss over a year to perfect, but would not certainly be an intense ride for Tennant's Doctor and then companion Donna Noble. Even so, Davis decided not to pursue the project, not because of budget restrictions, but because he didn't want to produce a World War II centered episode so soon after Christopher Eccleston's Empty Child and Dr. Dance. Oh, that's a shame. So this could fill that slot, right? It's great opportunity on Cat was to go Toaster. I would rather him keep out the last 150 years to really not have to constantly deal with racism. Century House, like Gatiss, Tom McRae, not really. Best known for errors talking about Jamie, don't know anything about it. Rise of Cyberman Agent Still didn't seem that good. The Girl Who Waited was much better. Also script Century House, an episode that would have taken place later on during Doctor Who season 4, in which is replaced by a thrilling episode Midnight, which I like Midnight a lot. Much like Midnight, Century House was set to see the Doctor isolated from his companion, and we'll be watching events of his adventure unfold during an episode of reality TV, Just Haunted. That's really cool. I did hear about this, right? It's rare nowadays for Doctor Who to feature Doctor-centric episodes showing action develop without intervention. They did this with Big Finish, though, right? It will plan to be a stripped-back episode with a simple storyline to allow the Doctor to hunt for a ghost in the mysterious Red Window, while taking inspiration from the 1959-6 reduction designs. The recent season of Doctor Who has storylines of being world-changing or universe-changing in the case of Flutter. Leave me alone. It'll be nice to see a much more grounded one. Yeah, look, I agree with you. Star Wars episode, well, they kind of do that now. How many more of these are there? I mean, like, we had an empty hotel. Okay, yeah, empty hotel. Fine, there's 2 more. See what they say about Star Wars. Planet Dead, Water and Mars, taking inspiration from Star Wars. It would have seen the Doctor materialize a huge battle. Would have seen the Chinolians. I would have a female fighter pilot and a one-off companion akin to Lady Kristen Stewart and Adeline Brooke. Wait, when was this? So this was in the Writer's Tale. It's a book he wrote. Saying outer spacey, wild and whizzy, spaceships and lasers, lots of pow. Right? This is all out action, rare occurrence back in David's era because they basically couldn't afford it. Right? So where did it go? That sounds really cool. Right? It can be seen from the description that the episode would have taken a massive budget to produce. Something the BBC simply couldn't do at the time. In 2007, Christopher Voyager Down took 128,000 to produce. That's not bad, pounds. Which considered 35,000 over budget. Blimey. So yeah, they need more money, but they have that now. Empty. What's the empty hotel? Another laid out veracity in the Writer's Tale is the empty hotel, a story that would have featured an older companion for the first time in post-revival era. Davis expressed an interest in getting Helen Mirren or Judi Dench in the role. What companion? Oh, an older companion. I see what you're saying. Who had originally considered to be the first female Doctor before Jodie Whittaker. Yeah, and they spat in their face, I think. Looked at the scripts and couldn't stop laughing. It seemed that they were not able to navigate these high-profile names of what seemed to be a sack the episode. The empty hotel would have seen the grandmotherly companion awaken a deserted hotel, only to realize that the whole of London was deserted too, from the world frozen in time. A weirdly spindly 8-legged creatures with human torsos. Okay, would make their personal carnival. The empty house was clearly laid out concept, posed in the Writer's Tale, meaning it's entirely possible this creepy fairy tale story could come into fruition. Whether Mirren and Dench will be interested in the one-off companion, I guess it's also like one of the specials, right? I don't know. Honestly, I think we're getting a lot of young writers, right? I think we're getting a lot of young writers. I think this production is going to be very young, right? I am looking forward to finding out who is going to be working on it. Yeah, listen, honestly, I think we're in safe hands. Look, my name's Tzvi Lebetkin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you are notified when new videos drop.